Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Motorsport Manager, it's week 23 of competition, and this is the final race of season number 4, still in GP3. I'm third in the Constructors Championship. I won't be moving up this season, but I look poised for a run at the Constructors Championship next season, as I've seen dramatic improvement in the team over the course of this year, moving from 6th up to 3rd over the course of the season, and I definitely think I will be in a position to contend next season. Now, a quick look at the setup as we head on to race day. We are at the starting line now. So here's my drivers. We're going to be starting 17th and 13th. It's reverse order of the championship. This time, I was able to get the setup right on the cars and have a run long enough to get up to the level 3 setup on the soft tires and the race trim. So we're going to have a 30% performance bonus on the car this race, which most cars should not be able to match because the practice session is only 12 minutes long. Car setup almost perfect, 98 and 99%. And driver strategy will be aggressive early on to try to gain some positions in the first lap or two. Last race out, Angelica Arendt, she went from near the back of the grid. I think she started around 15th or 16th, all the way up to 2nd just after one lap, a couple turns into lap number 2. She was up to 2nd place and then held that until the first pit stop exchange. And at the end of that, she came out on top and then led the whole rest of the way to get her first win. Part of the reason why I'm having this success is the new weight stripping rule that was added this season. I'm losing 80% reliability, but to pick up 240 performance. All of the parts are at 100% now on reliability, and other than the spec parts, they are all now at 80%. So I took 20% off of 4 parts each. That's the 80% that's been lost. I also have a sponsor objective this race. I didn't have one last race. This time, 3rd or above will earn 1.3 million, which is a pretty hefty bonus, and would make up for the difference of the other sponsor potential that I had. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. It's dry. Lorendi is starting on top. Last race, he really went for it and was difficult to beat there for a while, but in the end, was not too difficult. Looks like super softs for most of the front runners. The first one on the softs is Mina, starting 11th on the grid. Gil's the second one on those softs, and only a handful of cars, I mean even Alessia all the way in the back of the grid is running the super softs. Alright, here we go. Aggressive on tap for both cars, and the lights go out, and not a strong start this time. Arendt passed about 5 cars on the front stretch last time. Both cars going backwards this time. Gil 14th, Arendt 18th after the first couple of corners. There goes Gil, though, up 1 spot, but caught in traffic at the moment. Here's Arendt finally making a move on the outside up to 17th, pushing for 16th. No. Slots in behind. Whoa, 3 wide! Arendt makes the pass up to 16th. Gil sitting 14th and struggling to move up right now. There we go. Arendt picks off another one, 15th at the end of the first lap. So 12th and 15th after 1 lap. Bursak was the fastest this time on lap 1. Arendt had the fastest lap last race. Whoa, look at that move. Somebody just shot past a few cars. ERS is now active. I'll have to look at using that. This might be a good spot for it here. Let's see what happens. Arendt passes one, gets caught behind the others. Gets a run on the inside, though, and moves up a couple more spots. Up to 13th. Gill climbing at 9th. Tires hanging on well. I need to start watching out for that. I will need to back off here at some point on these tires. We are the first 2 cars on the grid on the softs. Oh, bad. Heavy traffic there. Gets Errant caught out, and Errant drops a couple positions. There you go. Errant up to 11th. Gill up to 6th. Continuing to climb. On the front stretch, I just used the ERS. Gill moves up to 5th. Errant hanging on to 9th. Has the inside track. Trying to make a push for 8th. And completes the pass. It's almost time to settle in on these 2 cars. We need to back off, not push quite as hard as the tires start to get a little bit hot as they are settling in. We are on lap 4 already. Gill makes another pass, now up to 4th, and Errant is sitting 8th place. It's a good spot for Errant to make a move, and gets two positions using the ERS. Now up to 6th. Oh, but there's an ERS slipping back a spot. Running 5th and 7th right now, though. Not bad at all. And there's already... Oh, whoa. This has got to be a pit stop for one of the cars. Somebody's got to stay out. Gill has... If they both pit, Errant is going to lose a bunch of time. Martin just crashed. But you got to figure everybody's going to pit. And if I don't pit, it's going to be a pretty quick stop. Both cars are going to pit. Errant's going to lose time, but I'm going to have to. Can't be any worse than about 11th. Definitely sticking with the softs. "12 seconds, and Errant is right on his tail. Gill, push. I don't know if that's going to matter. Safety car's out. But we haven't caught up to the safety car. Nah, don't want to run that risk. Alright, here we go. So, double pit stop. Errant is going to lose a lot of time because Errant is right on Gill's tail as it is right now. Alright, grid's all locked down. So we head to this safety car running 4th and 6th with Gill, first car on the grid. So Gill's going to get that first stop, and here is Errant waiting now. Losing a lot of time. Fewer cars are stopping than I figured. Quite a few cars are staying out. Here comes Errant now. Errant's going to be in the back of the grid. But Errant's not going to be much further behind Gill. Errant comes out just ahead of Hubert. Alright, we'll go conserve. Alright, so we are 13th and 18th on the grid, and cars 10th through 19th stopped. So 10 cars, half the grid stopped, and it looks like only 2 teams Myself, along with Hubert's team, Solorio, stopped ahead of Hubert. So 2 cars had to wait. That's why we're in the back of the grid. So I lost a lot of positions, but we're going to have a real advantage out there in terms of where we're at on pit stop strategy. I mean, it's already lap 6. There's 1 more lap to go. So it's going to be lap 7. A lot of these cars, like Calderon, is going to pit almost immediately after we go green. And most of those cars are on the Super Sauce. They're not going to last more than another lap or 2. So they're going to lose a lot of time. We're going to definitely want to run strong coming out from here. And my tires, with the extra heat up time, I won't be super fast, but that tire wear is going to last quite a while. I mean, I'm at 97-96% right now. Alright, we're going to head towards the backstretch. Alright, safety car is pulling away. We're going to go into overtake mode for the restart. Whoa, ERS active, huh? Errant gets back ahead there. Gil makes some passes on his own without use of the ERS, now running 12th. I guess 1. There goes another spot for Gil. Errant also making a pass on the outside. Okay, just a little boost for Gil, I mean. As well as Errant on that stretch to get them both a little bit of a run. Errant completes 1 pass, make that 2. So Gil is now 10th and Errant is 14th. And there you go. Daniel Kvyat already pitting. And look how far back he is now. Calderon and Shu also stopping. So 3 cars stopped there. And look how much time they lost out of that. And meanwhile, my tires are just warming up. Here's Gil. Great chance to make a pass there. Gil moves up to 7th. So I might have relinquished quite a few positions for those pit stops, but I think strategy-wise it will pay off. Okay, Errant pushes the gap open a bit and closes down in front a little. So Errant running 12th right now. Gil is 7th. Gil looking for another pass, but the car trying desperately to hang on. Meanwhile, let's save Errant a little bit of trouble. But Errant's making another pass right there. We're just hanging on to one. 11th. Okay, Errant's going to calm down for the long run here. Gil now 6th. Alright, and with those pit stops, look at everybody ahead of me that's going to have to pit a lot sooner. So Gil will inherit the lead here in the next couple of laps, 2 or 3 laps anyway. And meanwhile, Errant is not too far behind here. Caught up in a little bit of traffic though. Let's put up this overtake mode and see if we can't overtake that group. That trio of cars here, maybe at the front stretch. Oh, and we get undercut and blocked off with the ERS under braking. We get 1 of them, but we also lost 1 of them. Now going almost 3 wide. There's 1 pass. Here's another pass to the outside if we can hold it. If we can hold it. They're using their ERS. Let's use ours. It's neck and neck. Can't make the pass. That battle went on for 2 or 3 corners. We come out of that in 8th. Here we go. Errant looking for another pass. As I have Errant back off. There's the pass now completed. Took an extra half a lap. Errant is running 7th. Gill, not too far ahead, in 4th. Now 5th. Not sure if Gill was going for a pass or got past there. That was Solorio. Lots of ERS. Let's use a little bit of that up. And let's go again here. Nice quick lap. Alright, someone else just pit. There's 5 cars pitting right now. And now amongst this group that all pit, we are running top 9 with quite a healthy gap to most of those cars that had to pit much earlier. Now looking at things, tire wear. Errant needs to come in, and needs to come in like now. Yeah, I need to pit Errant right now. I don't think Errant's going to get one more lap here. We're at 14 laps, and that was only lap number 9. So if I have 24 to go, we're still looking at more than 2 stops. And 2 of those laps were under caution. So how is my tire wear that bad? Because I ran hard for as long as I did? The tires weren't overheated. Interesting. Yeah, these tires are not... It's going to take 2 more stops. Alright, so Errant's coming in much earlier than I would like. Gill's going to get at least 1 more lap here. We do need to just put it on overtake mode because losing a lot of time here. Errant comes out. Go, 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 go. Get ahead there. Okay, nice. Those fresh tires makes a big difference. And we were able to overtake. We had the inside track there, and we come out 15th, though. That hurts. Lost a lot of time, lost a lot of space, and pit much, much earlier than I would like. Meanwhile, Gill is now running first, but Gill has to stop this lap. Look at that. Already 25% on those tires. So Gill's going to stop this time. Okay, we're going to speed it up just a little bit. This lead was very much inherited. Here we go. Heading into the pits now is Gill. The last 4 cars still on the track. 1 of them came in. 1 of them stayed out for 1 more lap. Alright, so after our second pit stop, this time under green, the cars are 9th and 11th right now, so strategy-wise, not loving the situation, but among those who have stopped 2 times, there's Mina going past, but Mina's on a near empty tank right now. We are 2nd and 3rd among those who have already made 2 stops. Alright, Gill, I'm going to look for a good opportunity to try to go for a double pass here. And I might be close enough. I'm only 0.3 of a second back. This is going to be a good opportunity if we can get past. Find an opening, find an opening. Used way more ERS than I wanted to on that one, but Gil does make the double pass and moves up to 7th. I want to open that gap up a little more. There we go, just a quick ERS hit, enough to get ahead of them. Arent is right back here behind that group that Gil just moved past. Arent's been on these tires 2 laps longer than Gil has, so Arent is going to have a real problem. I'm probably going to need an extra pit stop in this race. Form's looking real good for Arent right now, 8.4. So Arent's running a solid pace, but those tires, whew, 19 laps to go. Boy, this race could just turn out just about any way right now. Looks like we're staying dry at least towards late in the race. I didn't check the race conditions on that. I forgot to look. Alright, Arent is starting to close that gap and has 50% ERS. Alright, there goes Arent. Still a little bit of ERS left. They're trying to get the pass back using their ERS, and it doesn't work. They waited way too long to activate their ERS until they were just about headed into the braking zone. So Arent does gain a position, is now 6th. Gil is 5th. So one of those 2 cars in between stepped into the pits. So Gil 5th, Arent is 6th. Now, I think this time around I'll have to refill the tank again, but if you look, we're at 17 laps remaining, so we will have enough fuel to go the distance at the end of this next pit stop, but it looks like it's going to take 1 additional stop for tires only. And we are at the front of the 2-stop cars. And look at that. We've already got 3 cars that have hit 3 times already. So this has been a really, really difficult race on tire wear. Now both cars have some ERS to spare. And Jorg now the only car that has not pit twice. Once Jorg comes in this time, and Arent is going to come in this time. No choice, 15 laps to go. So we will make it with 1 more set of tires. And in terms of fuel, this will do it, because there's 16 laps, 15 to go. It's also going to leave me a little bit left over for going in the higher engine mode. The engine itself taking a little bit of a beating running in that higher engine mode throughout, 46%, but 15 laps to go and it started at 80%. We should be good to go on that. Okay, 15-second stop. That last stop's going to be a lot faster without the refueling, but you still got to go down pit road. But we should hopefully save about 10 seconds on that final stop. The sad thing is I just have to take that extra stop. Alright, Gil's coming around, front stretch, use up some of that ERS, taking off. And Gil also moves up to 1st place right now, inheriting the lead. And Arent's stop. Out pretty quickly. Good stop. Just that little bit of extra fuel. We're not going to burn through any of that right now. So Arent comes out after stop number 3 in 12th place. And you look at those who have pit 3 times. Look how far back those 4 cars are and how many 2-stoppers we have in between us. Now, Arent better turn this on here. Where are you on the grid? There we are. Okay, we need to open up a gap here. I don't want to relinquish that position. Okay, multiple cars are pitting. Solario is having to do some repairs. Solario is going to lose a bunch of time with that. And here comes Gil. This lap or one more? I might make it one more lap here. It's a little ERS. Get a nice run on the backstretch here. Yeah, 34%. I'll make it one more lap. I'm not going to need a full tank of gas this time, which will be nice. Should quicken the pit stop a little bit. And where are we? We're going to need to pit this time. 12 laps to go. Ooh, and I made it 12 laps on, but 2 of those were, you can only get 10 laps out of these tires. If I wait one more, I could make this the final stop. We'll wait till the last second to make the decision. 30% is not good, but 2 slow laps is gonna cost me what, 4-5 seconds? We're gonna go one more lap. 4 or 5 seconds versus a pit stop. Pit stop's a lot more than 5 seconds lost. Alright, there you go. So we're gonna pit this lap. And we're gonna go the distance. 11 laps now, and then 11 laps on the final stint. And we're going to take on just enough fuel to make it to the end. 31% engine condition, so we're going to have to back off there as well. We need that engine to make it to the end. But these tires don't need to make it to the end, so go! Go, 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 Gil. Could Gil get second win of the year? Errant, meanwhile, making some passes while cars are in the pits, up to 8th place. Still way ahead of those who have all stopped 3 times or more. And you can see multiple cars like Pulcini's about to stop a 4th time. And right behind me, Mena is stopping for the 3rd time. Hasn't even made that stop yet, so. But Errant does have one more stop to make as well. Alright, good stop for Gil. Gil is back out on the track. These tires need to make it to the end, so do not toast them. Out in 5th place. Okay, and some definite ERS for both cars here. Both cars have a little bit of excess fuel. Okay, here we go. Gil's good spot for the ERS. Oh, stop! Errant will hit on the front stretch. Here we go. Okay, both of them still plenty to use. Let's take a look back up at Gil. The cars are huge gap between the two of them, but we are running 5th and 6th. All 4 cars in front of us have yet to make their 3rd stop, and Kvyat behind us has yet to make his 3rd stop. We're already starting 4th stops for multiple cars, and like I said, I will be having a 4th stop for Errant, but I'm going to make Gil go the distance. So we're going to try tactically here. Oh, wrong car. Wrong ERS. I just wasted some of Errant's ERS under braking zone. We're on Gil here. Yellow flag, no overtaking, sector 1. Okay, both cars used up a little bit of ERS there to pick up some speed. We are now running 4th and 5th, and Errant is getting close to that stop. Errant is going to have to stop here real soon. Let's go ahead and focus on Errant now. Gil will inherit the lead. So for Gil, it's a matter of hanging on. If Gil can go the distance and not lose too much time, Gil is going to win this race. Errant still has to stop one more time. Oh no, oh no. We're going to risk it all for the win, though. It's the last race of the season. Might as well go for it. Warm those tires up before they're gone. Oh, Errant. We're sticking with the softs because, 1, they don't last long anyway. And 2, that's where my 30% bonus is. I already have enough gas to go the distance. That's why it's a quick stop. Both cars, engine struggling to make it to the end. Oh, I missed it. No. Okay, well, we got to use what we have left. Errant's got to push it. We need a good lap here. Okay, meanwhile, Gil, we're just trying to warm these tires up a little bit. Should be good. Here's a good point to use the... Okay, checking in. Still 16%. Okay, now Errant is going to start losing time. 24, 23%. So when you get under 25, and it's just before the end of the lap, so that's actually good there. The 6 laps to go on these tires will be just fine. We're going to go straight into push mode. Good quick pit stop, and Errant comes out in 8th. Just a quick ERS as we exited pit road to make sure we stayed ahead of Hubert. 8th place, not bad. Gil is now up to 2nd. And Jorg is going to be coming in. Here we go. Gil just inherited the lead. 16% on that engine. And Gil is good to go to the end. We are 55% on those tires now. %26 on the engine for Errant. They're both struggling. There's a chance that both cars might not finish this race. Okay. Gil's got a huge lead. Oh, no, safety car leaving the garage. Are you kidding me? I'm not stopping. This is actually good. This will help us get to the end of the race, but it's going to close the gap. Gil's got a huge lead. Alessi's going to close right down. Alessi and Jorg. Jorg's on fresh, super soft. You got to make Jorg the favorite to win this race now. But do we get 2-3 laps under the safety car? Will the engine conditions stay? We'll find out in a moment. Neither car is going to pit though. So we're going to back off, back off, back off, back off. Tires are going to be good to go to the end. It's just the engine condition that might not. Let's check in with Gil, already behind the safety car. We'll speed things up as everybody catches up. That was Mena who crashed. That's 3 cars out of the race now. 1 lap left. %10 on the engine condition with 3 laps remaining. I'm not sure Gil's going to make it to the end of the race, but you got to try. We're at the front of the pack, running 1st and 6th place now. Whew. Safety car's heading to the garage. Tires are underheated, but they'll be good to go to the end now. Okay, both cars set to overtake. How's your condition? 23. I don't want to turn that up much, but we'll turn it up a little bit. I cannot turn Gill's up. So we're going to have to take that risk. ERS, Aaron's fully charged, and Gill's got a good 40%. We're going to use it on the front stretch, and then we'll use... Ready, and go, go, go. And there we go. Gill is already back to third place. Told you they were the favorites. Those fresh tires make a huge difference. We slip outside of the sponsor objective. Meanwhile, Arendt isn't going anywhere either. Both cars struggling right now. Third, fourth, fifth, all having presumably engine problems. This track has been really hard on engines here. Arendt, one of the only cars that's good to go. Arendt could potentially move up 4 or 5 places here in the final couple laps. There's one, and that's the white flag. We are in the final lap of this race. 10% on the engine. We might as well go in and go for it all here. It's the final lap of the race. We are coming around the backstretch, so we are going to try to make our push here. We are running 4th and 6th. Arendt going for 5th. Arendt's got that, no problem. We're going to save a little bit of ERS for the front stretch, but it looks like Gill is the only one we're going to target here. 4th and 6th. Oh, no, no, no! Arendt! Something's happened to Arendt. Arendt makes a mistake going into the final corner and loses 5 positions. Goes from 4th all the way back to 9th, and meanwhile Gill got caught up in it and Bursack went by. Mistake on the final corner costs me tons of points in the last race of the season. What a wild race. Nothing much on the line. I was going to finish 3rd pretty much no matter what. Could it have cost me 1 position in the Constructors Championship? Did I slip down to 4th? I guess we'll find out here in a second. But errant mistake on the final corner. I thought maybe the engine blew, but it wasn't. It was a mistake. Ooh, Solario, Lorandi, Lot, all busted. 6 places after a part broke the rules, 4 places after a part broke the rules, and 2 places. So Gill gets 5th in the final standings. Arendt gets 8th, and we collectively pick up 58 points on the race. The final race of the season is double points. So the normal 20 is doubled up here. Jorg didn't get past Alessia. I thought Jorg would. That's actually the first win of the year for Trident, and that definitely locks down the Constructors Championship as they take 1-2. And here you go again, Rat Packs. One car in the top 3, 1 car DNF. That is why they did not win the title this year, as more often than not they'd had 1 car ahead of both Trident cars and 1 car further down the pack. So, final driver standings. Arendt loses 1 place by 1 point, and that Bursack move was Arendt's mistake on the final corner that allowed Bursack to go from 6th to 4th place in the race, and Arendt to go from 4th back to 9th, and then with the restructuring after those penalties, 8th, and Gill, who was 5th, drops and gains a position and ended finishing the race 5th. So we get 5th and 7th in points, but look how close together, just 9 points separate the two. Billy Johnson finishes right between them. Paragon jumps. Look how close we are. 3 points separate third and sixth in the Drivers' Championship. Alessi ends up winning the Drivers' Championship with Jorg second. What a tight season that ended up being. And there we go. I did stick with third. I actually ended up just 10 points behind Rapax. And you got to figure Rapax is going to be the one that I'm contending the championship with next season. And if I'm only 10 points behind him this year, you imagine I should be able to overtake him next year. But Rapax, much better team than the points they earned because of all those DNFs. I mean, you take 5-6 DNFs and replace those with, say, even just a third place or a fourth place finish. You know, that's a team that's going to have 60 more points. And look at that. There's the gap, 61 to Trident Racing. So they would have been neck and neck. And I would have been a lot further back than I appear to be this season. But final total, 265. It's about 100 points better than my previous record, which was actually back in Season 1. But I had really good drivers back in Season 1. It's just the car, the headquarters, the staff, everything else was horrendously bad. But I had really good drivers. And they got the job done. They did well. They earned us some points. But they also drove me to bankruptcy. So Season 2 was all about restructuring, getting the finances taken care of. Season 3 was taking that restructured format and actually starting to build the team up. And now in Season 4, it's about gaining some competitiveness. So Erin lost a little bit of morale, probably from her own mistake that she made there at the end. But her stats continue to improve, as well as Gills, but fitness is maxed out. Two decent drivers are both at 3 stars. So things are looking up heading into next season. The team marketability actually was boosted there, so it's up to 83% now. Came third on the day, third on the season. Missed the sponsor bonus, but it wasn't just from that final corner. We would have been 4th and 5th, and I needed to be top 3, so I didn't get the million bonus. But you can see if I'm top 5 every race now, I should be able to hit third from time to time and pick up that bonus. I only needed to hit it once out of 6 races to essentially break even with my other sponsor options. All right, well, here we are, final race of the Formula One season as well. George Russell picks up the win. Bottas comes in third, which was more than enough to hang on. Valtteri Bottas, your 2019, or is it 2020? I believe it's 2019 on here. Champion Sergio Perez second, 1 point ahead of George Russell. George Russell wins the race, but it wasn't enough to overcome Perez. But that's definitely a Constructors Championship for Mercedes. And the Prima power team is heading down. Sauber, here on the final day, Sauber picked up some points. Let's see, who's the Sauber driver that picked up points? Because Ericsson, 0 on the year. There was only a couple points separating them and Primo. Let's see, Fukuzumi? Yeah, there you go. 5th place finish for Fukuzumi. 10 points. Saves Sauber's season. They were at 15. So those 10 points put them up over Prima. So Sauber will hang on and live another season in a Formula One. And Prima is going back down where they came from. And in the Formula 2 series, Romain Grosjean got the win for Haas. 24 points on the day for him. And Tench of Equip got the Drivers' Championship comfortably. 21 points ahead. Grosjean. Magnussen still with Haas, but they're only 5th and 7th, so they didn't have a fantastic season. Multiple drivers, 0 points. Campos Racing, no points on the season, so they're clearly the team that's going to be going down. The former teams that have moved up in the last 2 seasons, Racing Engineering and Russian Time Racing, you can see that they were 7th and 8th on the grid. Haas was 3rd, and Equip is the one that is going up to the Formula 1 level. So Campos is coming down. I have not seen them, but if they got 0 points on the season, it's a good sign for me that they couldn't crack the top 6 at all at that level. And you can see that the former teams that have moved up at least did earn some points. And finally, GP3, 5th and 7th, final standings, and there we are. 3rd place, 265 points this year, big improvement, and that's going to wrap up this season. And I don't know if I'm the favorite for next season, at least not to the media pundits, but for... I think I've got a real shot at winning the Constructors Championship next year. Last season, I was somewhere around 8th or 9th, and very much was at the back end of the grid until the last few races, and where we managed 1 podium, and that was really starting to show the potential for this year. And here you go. That potential is coming to fruition, and next year, we'll see if I can't get it done. But I think year 5 is my year, and we're going to move up out of the GP3 category next season. But that does it for this episode and this season. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record.